The American system of self-governance is under attack.
Hi. So this video is making its way around social media, and I just want to clarify a few things. If you don't know me, hey, my name is Kim, and I'm the founder and executive director of We Are Voters, a nonpartisan nonprofit that's working to increase voter turnout through education. And this video here has a lot of misinformation in it, some of which I'm going to clarify here. We're a nonpartisan group, though, and this video is very partisan, so I'm just going to be tackling the facts that occur in this video, not the opinion that comes later.
Instead of an election day where everyone votes at the same time and with the same full set of information, votes are counted quickly, and everyone promptly knows and trusts the outcome, we now have lengthy election seasons that can last months prior to.
Early voting is not new. Early voting, which is also known as in-person absentee voting, has been around for more than 100 years. It was actually Louisiana who first established the practice in 1921. And then going back even further, excuse-required absentee voting started during the Civil War, so that soldiers in the battlefield could still cast a ballot.
And even after Election Day.
We do not have elections after Election Day. That would be fraud, and if it were happening, that would be very bad. However, that does not occur. Mail-in ballots have to be postmarked by a specific day. Now, some states will allow mail-in ballots to be postmarked on Election Day. Others need it to come earlier than that. But states do not accept mail-in ballots if they are not postmarked by the date of the deadline. As far as how early someone can vote, her use of the word months,
we now have lengthy election seasons that can last months,
is misleading. Now, all but 4 states allow early voting, and that window varies state to state, with Minnesota and South Dakota having the largest window for being able to cast an early ballot. They allow people to start voting 46 days before the election, which is more than a month, but less than months.
The situation is so absurd that we have presidential and gubernatorial debates weeks after some people have already voted.
Now, this is true. However, she makes it sound like either the elections or the debates are doing something shifty here, when in fact, this only happens because some people vote early, and sometimes a debate will happen a little closer to an election. There's nothing nefarious about that. It's just somebody's preference to vote early and then when the debate actually happens.
Instead of having total security and a verifiable chain of custody for ballots being issued, cast, and counted,
we have election monitoring. Our elections are overseen by the Department of Justice.
We flood addresses across the country with tens of millions of unsupervised mail-in ballots months ahead of elections, frequently to locations from which voters, if they're even alive, have long since moved.
We do not have that. Multiple studies, including by the Conservative Heritage Foundation, have found that the rate of fraud by absentee ballot occurs at about 0.00006%. That is 4 zeros after the decimal and before the 6. In the last 20 years, only 204 cases of vote-by-mail fraud occurred, with only 143 resulting in criminal conviction. And that's over 20 years of elections and everybody that voted by mail.
I look forward to answering questions about how the private oligarch takeover of elections is a threat to our system of self-government.
So do me a favor. If you see the longer version of that video bopping around the internet, please share this version as well, because it is going to take all of us to combat misinformation. And while that person there, who name drops her book in the opening statement as well, so it's not hard to see what she's doing, she knows what's true and what isn't, it's very possible that the person you're seeing sharing that video doesn't. So we just need to work together to make sure that the correct information is out there. If you'd like more information about voting laws in your state, you can head to raisingvoters.org and just type in your state, and we've got all your election laws there. As always, if you have any questions, send us a message or leave a comment.